discussion, sustainable practices and innovation in Nigeria's fashion industry. Amazing. Please, Amanda, do you want to help us with the participants that will be coming up on stage?
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some amazing speakers for this particular panel session. In no particular order, I'll be listing out our panelists for the session on sustainable practices and innovation in Nigeria's fashion industry. Before I move ahead, who is interested in becoming a fashionista in the building? All right, so you have a lot to learn, and I'm sure you'll be very wowed by our panelists today. We have, bringing on stage, we have the one and only, she's an actress, she's a model, she's an entrepreneur, she's the founder of the Unicorn Effect store, a brand centered on self-expression through bold, vibrant fashion pieces. She's known for her dynamic roles in the entertainment industry. You might have seen her on Big Brother twice in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about no other than Venita Akpofure. You look amazing. Please give it up for her. Please come to your chair.
You can do better than that. If you want to clap, this is the time to clap.
Thank you, thank you. Make some noise.
Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing?
Can you hear me say aww? Oh my God. You can please help me stay around with the mic. That's amazing. Also, joining this great panelist, I have a dedicated legal professional with a distinguished career at Olaniwu Ajayi, one of Nigeria's top law firms, known for her expertise and exceptional client results. She has earned a reputation as a sought-after lawyer, a graduate of Ajayi Crowther University. Modupe is also recognized for her strong ties to Lagos, where she was raised. Her background, shaped by her entrepreneur mother and politically active father, has influenced her career approach to leadership in the legal sector. Ladies and gentlemen, no other person but Modupe Oreoluwa. Can you please help me put your hands together for her? You need to clap. You need to clap. You need to clap.
She looks so stunning. Are you seeing the fashion?
Oh my God. Wow.
Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning.
Okay.
To relax, this DJ.
I'm losing banging.
Focus. I'm about to.
Okay, please can I say the name of the fashion brand, if you don't mind? Thank you so much. Please, DJ, bring it out. Bring it out. I need to quickly do this.
All right.
Do you understand? I made a bit of blunder, and I need to correct it.
All right.
Our very amazing personality went to the University of Hull. Yes, she did school here. Exactly. And she also owns a fashion brand. You can see this is one of her works. You with me today. Please, can you help me celebrate her one more time? This is amazing.
Round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
know,
so much.
the reason, I'm sorry, ma, the reason why that happened is because we're trying to conceal a lot of things that we don't want to mention. Maybe if we have mentioned that, you all will have been on your feet right now celebrating this amazing personality.
Yes, so.
But this is why I get to say, if you know,
you know.
You know.
And that's on period.
I'm telling you. We both went to University of All.
Ask a friend. You went where?
All. I mean, the university you went to, is there no All there?
What did you study?
Great All. Obanla. Federal University of Technology.
Oh my
Akure.
God.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let me celebrate Modupe Oreoluwa.
All right, our next panelist is the amazing visionary creative director behind Mamadi Couture. She's a fashion brand recognized for merging traditional elegance with modern aesthetics. She has been featured in Vogue's Emerging Designers list. Her work showcases bold designs and intricate textures, Beyond fashion, she is a mother, she's a worshiper, and she expresses her creativity through painting, bringing stories to life with every brushstroke. Over the years, she has trained over 60 students, contributing significantly to the fashion industry's next generation. Ladies and gentlemen, bringing up on stage the one and only Michelle Amadi Bamuyiwa. Please make some noise! By the way, she made this amazing outfit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Madam Michelle, I do dresses too, just in case you're looking for a model.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. This is beautiful and this is amazing. So good to have you. And last but not the least, joining this is a celebrated textile artist and founder of Banke Kuku, renowned for her intricate, culturally rich designs that blend West African motifs with Western flair. Her work, described as wearable art, has adorned high-profile individuals like Michelle Obama and Gabriel Union. Banke, a graduate of Central St. Martin's College, finds inspiration in nature and sustainability. Her collections, such as the nature-inspired Eden and ocean-themed Oceans, reflect a commitment to environmental conservation and artistic storytelling, securing a title as the Princess Banke in the fashion industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Banke Kuku! Can you please celebrate her as she comes
Make
up?
some noise! All
Wow.
right. Keep it clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. Thank you so much. And of course, we have a moderator, a very stunning woman, someone I consider a great friend. She's an amazing TV personality, an award-winning host. She's a lifestyle journalist, a creative designer, and she is the founder of Shakara Tribe. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Eboluwa Dosumu. Hey!
Please, can you help me celebrate her? Look at the way she's stunning.
So stunning.
Wow. Oh
Such
my
a
God.
babe.
Where's that mic? Okay, please.
Shakara. You get it. That's a period.
Oh my
you
God.
so much.
Please, guys, just before we leave, Dara and I, on this platform, you have people that are worth listening to. I mean, ask your neighbor, have you ever made a clothes that Michelle Obama wore?
Ask who?
Ask now. Ask your neighbor, have you made a clothes
Have you made a clothes
that Michelle Obama wore?
that Michelle Obama wore?
My mama here has made things.
Have you
that-
trained 60 people?
Oh, yeah, she used to do NYSC in one secondary school. So ladies and gentlemen, these are amazing people. Can you please put your hands together for them one more time? And put your hands together for yourself sitting down here. Amanda, I take my leave.
Taking my leave too.
Oh,
Over to you, Ebon. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Hello, all right. Thank you so much. All right, so before we begin, I mean, we're supposed to get right into it, but I feel like the energy is low. I mean, they were introducing Banke Kuku, Michelle Amadi, Modupe Oreolua, and of course, Venita Akpofere, and you people were just clapping like this. Hey, God. So we're going to do it again, right? Ladies and gentlemen, please, with a standing ovation and a resounding round of applause, please make welcome our beautiful panelists. I need your round of applause. See, we're not going to start. When they were introducing me, they said, lead designer at Shakara Tribe. There's a reason why there's Shakara in front of my name. I like Shakara. We're not going to start if I don't hear the applause. So a round of applause for our panelists, please. A round of applause for our panelists, please. Thank you very much. Still standing. We're going to, There's a reason why I'm Shakara Tribe. All right, so this is the first and only panel session that's, we're going to be discussing fashion. So I want us to do something interesting together. I also want our panelists to join us while we do this, right? Please, if you can come forward. Sorry, I don't mean to stress you. So we're going to do a countdown from 3 to 1, and we're going to do it in a very fashionable way. Let me teach you. We're going to do 3, 2, 1, and then we'll scream CREST 2024. Are we ready? Are we ready? Did you catch that? Did you catch that? 3, 2, 1. CREST 2024. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's do it together. Rehearsals now. 3, 2, 1. All right, now let's do the proper one. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Announce CREST 2024. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. CREST 2024. A round of applause for yourselves, please, as you take your seats. Thank you. All right, once again, my name is Ebunoluwa Dosumu. I am a lifestyle journalist and also a lead designer at Shakara Tribe. And of course, I'll be your moderator on this session. This session is titled Sustainable Practices and Innovation in Nigeria's Fashion Industry. So, I'm not going to assume that everyone here knows what, sustainability is about. I'm not going to just feel like, do we all know what sustainability is? We all do. If you don't know what sustainability is, please can you raise your hands? Exactly. So we have people like that in the audience. So I'm just going to start. I want us to start from the basics, right? I want us to explain what sustainability really is, because it feels like it's just a buzzword these days. That's what it feels like. Like a lot of people are just throwing it in the air. You hear, sustainable practices in my fashion, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of people do not really understand what sustainability is. So I'm going to start with Banke.
Can you hear me? Okay, hi.
Yes.
First of all, thank you so much.
So what really is sustainability?
Thank you so much for this panel session, and I'm glad that I can be here to learn from everyone on this panel as well as yourself. So sustainability is really our responsibility to take on practice that protects our environment and really the rest of the world. So, for example, at Banke Kuku, we are sustainable in the way we have a no-waste policy. So, for example, in fashion, sometimes, when you cut clothes and you have lots of waste material, sometimes in fashion houses, especially abroad, they actually just burn the fabric. Or at the end of a season, if the items haven't sold, or if something has a slight defect, they end up burning the garments, which leads to toxic fumes being released, which damages our ozone layer. So, for example, at Banke Kuku, we have we're a seasonless brand. So as long as it's selling, we have it on the shelf. We don't burn anything. Our offcuts are used to make hair scrunchies, eye masks, little products. And during COVID, we actually used the excess fabric to make face masks as well. So that's one of our sustainable practices. My current collection is called Oceans, and that's really about it's about sustainability in the marine environment in Nigeria. So with that, we told a sustainability story about the marine life in Nigeria, and we've adopted sustainable practices. So we use less plastic. We also physically take responsibility in going to beaches to clean up beaches once a month in my business. And there are lots of different ways you can be sustainable, but that's how we're being sustainable for now.
Thank you so much, Banke. And a round of applause for her, please. And I must applaud, your latest collection. I saw the story as well, and I find that truly inspiring. I saw the story of how you were talking about preserving the ocean, how the designs were inspired by the waves, the prints and all of that. Well done, well done.
Thank you so much.
All right, so moving on to our next question. We're talking about sustainable practices in the fashion space in Nigeria. So we're bringing it home, right? So my next question will be to Michelle. Michelle is like, no, not me yet. Okay, so let me go to Modukwe Oreoluwa. Let me give Michelle some time. So Modukwe, what sustainable practices do you believe are most critical to Nigeria's fashion industry today, and why? Why do you think so?
Okay, hi. Good morning. Oh, still morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having us on this panel this morning. You really gave me a big question to answer. So I think I'll start with our energy problem. So, I mean, in this year, one of the things that has skyrocketed has been the price of fuel, diesel, and the knock-on effect that that has been having on the prices of goods and services. So, in response to your question, I would say one of the ways that we can be sustainable in Nigeria is how we source and use energy. So at Iremi today, we use a combination of on-grid energy solutions as well as off-grid by our solar. So solar was a significant investment that we made this year, and that heavily reduced our energy costs, and it helped us to rely more on solar, which is a renewable source of energy. I think, just as Ms. Coco has said, one of the things we also try to do is we try to reduce our fabric, we try to reduce waste in fabrics. So we tend to do that because we make more, I guess, bespoke bridal things. We do a lot of pattern drafting so that we have more accurate measurements and more accurate fits so that fabrics are not wasted, so that it comes out better, and we try not to overstock as well, so that we buy what is needed per time, so that we're not, we don't have wastage. Is that okay?
All right, thank you so much, Mojope, for that. Moving on to Michelle. Are you ready for us now? All right. So I like the part of your bio that reads, blending tradition with modern flair. I totally love that, right? But I see that, looking at what Amanda is wearing today, very beautiful. I see that most of your designs are, dictated by your customers, right? You have to create what they want. You have designers, you have clients say, I want feathers at the top. I want fringes at the bottom. So how do you still make sure that you infuse, these sustainable practices when you have to meet up with what the client is demanding for?
Hey, hello everyone. Good morning. It's a privilege to be here. As regards to your question, in order to imbibe sustainable practices in Mamadi Couture, I make sure that firstly I use very durable fabrics, in terms of longevity. And also, I make sure that we create timeless pieces, to avoid, take for example, we make a dress that is fully beaded, embellished. It's really hard to discard such a dress. So yes, I make sure that I imbibe timeless pieces in every work that I do. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. I hope we're learning something this morning. Are you learning something? So I can walk up to you and ask you what you've learned after this session, right? Yeah, sure. I'm looking at your face, so. All right. So moving on to Venita. Hi, Venita.
Hi.
I love what you're doing with Unicorn Effect. Well done. I love that, the brand is all about self-expression and, individuality. And I also love that, there's a part of your bio that says that fashion is not just about clothes, it's storytelling. It's about you telling a story. Well done with that. All right, so to my question. How can fashion brands in Nigeria promote self-expression sustainably, especially when fast fashion dominates the industry?
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I don't think it's morning anymore, so good afternoon. And ladies, it's a pleasure to be able to share this platform with you all. In this current day and age, a lot of things have changed. Information travels around faster, like you said. Fashion travels around faster because we have the internet, we have Instagram, we have all these other apps. So in the same way, that can be implemented into fashion. So the Unicorn Effect brand actually has a lot of, printing, graphics, and part of the ways where, you can be sustainable is kind of digitalize. And it also reduces costing in terms of business. For example, ladies, the show you put on was spectacular this year, I must say, Banker. And I was just like, ha. the receipt bill that they will give her will be huge. But if you have like an AI situation, for example, where you're not hiring physical models, but you do hire a very technical team who create this, world or a metaverse where everybody can lock in the world at the same time. So you're pushing out, your message across at the same time, uniform. Because if you're not in Nigeria at that time, you would have had to fly in to attend. So there's so many different ways that the digital world does actually, turn a lot of things around into sustainability. And we do have a young generation that is very woke, very aware. Kids are already coding in school. So I think, newer practices that are adaptive to the current, modern demand is a way that, one can go forward to be sustainable as a fashion brand.
I love the digital aspects that you just pointed out. Thank you so much, Benita. All right, still on storytelling. I'm back to Banke, right? I know that you're very big on storytelling, and I know that, the bulk of your work is inspired by nature. So I'm going to tell a quick story. It's going to be very quick, and it's about me, right? So 2 years ago, I started my fashion brand. Before that time, I did not know what sustainability in fashion was about. I had no idea. The only thing that I would say really helped me was research, one, and then two, I started to work as a beauty editor for a magazine brand in the UK. That was how I learned about, sustainability. So I see that you employ, storytelling a lot. How do you think that storytelling can influence consumer consciousness? And aside, storytelling, what other ways do you think that people can become more aware about, sustainability and, these sustainable practices? What things would you suggest to help both consumers, manufacturers, designers to learn about, sustainability?
So storytelling is the most important thing in today's world. Not just about sustainability, but other issues. It's storytelling is really about opening up a conversation, and through conversation, we're able to conquer many things: end wars, sell clothes. It varies. At Banke Kuku, when I first started my fashion brand, it takes a lot to tell a story. To amplify that message, it takes a village. You need as many people sharing the story, talking about it. And Oceans was really, I feel like that's really where, we broke the ground on every level, digitally, locally, in every way. And I was very intentional about telling not just a beautiful of the sustainable story that I was telling. So storytelling is important because it educates people. Education is something that's very important, in particular in Nigeria, where people may not have access to great levels of education, but they can be on Instagram and they can see Banke Kuku's Oceans and they can see that the ocean needs to be revived, So storytelling is one way we can talk about sustainability. Another way about learning about sustainability is just online, just literally Googling it in. And another way designers can really, I feel like people are really captivated by beauty. So you can draw people in with the beauty and then tell them the story later, because it's not the most exciting subject as, if we're talking about, cleaning up the beach or whatever. It's not the most exciting thing. So I think beauty is a really great way to captivate the audience.
So you said beauty, storytelling, and of course using our digital platforms as well.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. All right, back to Modupe. Modupe is a legal practitioner, by the way, a professional one. So based on, your legal expertise, how do you think that regulatory frameworks can encourage sustainable practices?
Can I just put a small disclaimer that I do more business than law now, by the way. So to your question as to how regulations can...
How regulatory frameworks can encourage sustainable practices, and what legal measures would you propose to promote, these sustainable practices?
Okay. I think that there has to be a harsher penalty for toxic environmental practices. We find it very easy to throw things out of your car. Find it very easy to dump things in places where you should not. You find it easy to burn waste in the open air. And I feel like there needs to be a harsher penalty for those things, because if we have a strong enough deterrent, I think that people will shy away from, doing such harmful environmental practices. I also think that we need more, especially in terms of recycling and just how we arrange waste. We need more funding. We need more provisions of bins, of people. We need more people to talk about the importance of the environment. A lot of people, they say they care about the environment, but then when you actually see how they run their businesses or live their lives, what they're saying and what they're doing is not matching. So I think that it would also behove on SMEs, MSMEs like ourselves to actually start putting policies like Ms. Kuku had mentioned, like Ms. Venita had mentioned, like Ms. Madi had mentioned, policies in place that from the ground up we're building those structures and those frameworks. I would say the government, there's a lot of awareness that needs to be made with the Ministry of Environment, with LASEP, with the Environmental Protection Agency. They're doing a bit, but I feel like there's more that needs to be done in terms of making people aware of the repercussions of their actions towards the health and the state of our environment. I would say that we're a country that there are a lot of laws, but I feel like a lot of people don't know the laws or they can't find them. So I would say and I find that a lot of people, once they have the information or they can find it, the people that have conscience, they would usually want to abide because they don't want trouble. They don't want to face any harsh penalties. So I'd say if we can also arrange our laws and our regulations in a way that people can easily access them and they can actually know what they say, it would be easier for them to also follow them, I guess.
All right, thank you so much. Back to Venita. Venita, you play in both, the fashion and entertainment space, right? So I'm not going to leave the entertainment space out completely. Do you think that the entertainment industry also has a part to play in impacting or influencing how, these sustainable practices in fashion?
I think everybody has, who is alive currently has a personal obligation to maintain, a basic level of responsibility, at least, towards sustainability. So in entertainment, we definitely recycle a lot. Right. This set, I'm sure if you walked in here this morning, it has definitely served other stages and other sets. And a lot of, creativity is in entertainment and fashion alike. So you need to, yes, there are ideas that people get all the time, but every artisan has how they interpret their idea. So it's never in one way. And it's usually, even if it's not physical, there are ideas that are recycled. So sustainability is everywhere when it comes to just creative industries generally. We definitely do our best, but yes, we do need cameras, we do need, energy resources, and hopefully, there will be, more introduction of things like lithium batteries and all of that, which would allow people to use lights outside of drawing from electricity, because as you said, we do have a power problem. But yeah, it's around in so many different ways. In fact, I would say we probably recycle, I don't know, is it cheeky for me to say creative industries is probably the most recyclable industry currently in the country? Yeah. We sustain ideas, we sustain stories, we sustain, physical elements, and we're constantly innovative. This is a country that is under a lot of pressure right now. And if you can learn to be successful here and progressive here, I don't believe there's anywhere in the world that you cannot make it. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you very much. All right, so we've addressed, we've gone through the basic understanding of what sustainability is. It's time for us to talk about, challenges, solutions, innovation, and of course, collaboration. So I'm going to start with Michelle. What challenges do you think the Nigerian fashion brands face in implementing sustainable practices, and how do you think that this can be addressed?
Okay, so I'll start with the government. I think our government needs to be enlightened. The truth is, not a lot of people don't understand what sustainability is in our industry.
Right.
So I think the government has to be enlightened about this so they can, ban, ban productions of toxic materials or bringing in toxic materials. Vendors, material vendors, especially in the markets in Lagos. Imagine going to the market and you say, I want a high-grade cotton or 100% silk. There is no transparency amongst fabric vendors. They don't even know what it is. So I feel vendors has to be enlightened. So take, for example, I can go to the market and speak to a vendor that I'm used to buying things from and tell them that, okay, look, you can't get this fabric because imagine let's say there's a cheap fabric and I make it for a client and the client sits somewhere and just, there are this kind of fabrics that you sit somewhere, just a little pinch and then it rips,
Yeah.
right? And then what would that person do? Just dump it, yeah? So that's why it's really important to get a very durable fabric, very solid one. And it starts with the people we get these fabrics from. So it's important that they are aware, yes, it's going to be expensive, but then we have to move to the clients by making them understand why it's important to go for this, right? Because, when you think about it, I can remember that my mom's fabrics, she passed them down to me, but you don't find that right now. It's difficult to see things like that. In our parents' time, you find their traditional ashokes, their George fabrics, their normal fabrics. It's still very authentic and solid. So I don't know why, maybe right now, because of the high inflation of dollar, it's easy to get cheap things, because people don't want to spend a lot of money. And even with clients, when you talk about the prices of things, and they tell you, why am I paying this money? But the truth is, I need to get you something authentic, right? So I think you need to speak to the clients, speak to the vendors, make them understand what sustainability is, and yeah, we can progress from there.
Thank you so much. I think she deserves a round of applause for that, please. All right, Banke. You have an experience in the UK and, of course, globally. How do you think that we can encourage collaborations between Nigerian designers and international brands to promote sustainable